Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good afternoon.
My name is Umamaheshwararao and I will be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the meeting number 854 of Medley Toastmaster Club. Before we begin, I would like to mention 3 ground rules that we follow throughout the Toastmasters meeting. The first one is, please keep your mobiles in silent mode or switch off them. I'll give you 10 seconds time to do that. The second one, as a Toastmasters, we do not talk about sex, religion and politics. Please refrain yourself from discussing these topics. The third one, please do not cross talk. Throughout the meeting, I request you to please be attentive and encourage the speakers with your warm smiles and applauses. Let's all have a great meeting. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience to members, in which the members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I would like to hand over this meeting to our President, who shall take forward this meeting. He is a senior architect at Ericsson India, working in IT professional, our cool and calm captain of the ship of Medley Toastmaster Club. I'd like to welcome Barath and Anish.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Umamaheshwar, for setting the ground rules of the meeting. Good afternoon, dear members and guests. With the sound of this gavel, I declare Medley meeting number 854 open. I'd like to welcome the dignitaries who have joined us for this meeting. Distinguished Toastmaster Sampath Srividhya M, charter member of Medley and past president of Medley. Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas T. Abraham, the past president of Medley. I'd like to welcome all my fellow Toastmasters and guests who have joined us for this meeting. Now we move on to guest introduction. Can we have guest Manivel come over here and give a short intro about yourself? Can you come over here, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Manivel. I am a banking professional, basically. So I think this is my fifth or sixth meeting at Medley. I am participating as a guest. I hope I will join shortly to enhance my overall communication thing and other stuffs. So thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Can we have guest Nikhilesh? Just a few words about yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone, my name is Nikhilesh. I'm 17 and I'm a student at Sriannapoorani Senior Secondary School and I'm in the 11th grade. For the past 4 or 5 years I've been watching my father attend the online sessions of Toastmasters, and ever since then I've wanted to come here. So this is the first time coming here and I really hope to join from next year as a member. Thank you.
Welcome. Can we have guest Mualidhar come over here and introduce yourself? Welcome.
Thank you for this. Yeah. I'm Mualidhar. I've been a past member of Medley Toastmasters during the COVID period. I'm an online member there. So I'm just here back, just trying to explore, and I just wanted to introduce my son also into this good stream. So that's why I'm here.
Thanks and welcome. Today I want to share a small story about the power of taking initiatives. Long ago, once there was an empire, and then a king was ruling this empire, and he wanted to know how does his people, what are the initiatives and how initiative-taking people they have in his kingdom. So he once observed a road, he chose a road where there was a lot of traffic movement, where he saw a lot of merchants moving for trade purpose, and then there were people walking in the road, and also farmers carrying a lot of vegetables and then crossing it, because that was one of the busy roads. He chose this road and he asked his army to create some obstacle or something on the road. And then the army came back and idea said like, okay, we will put out a huge rock or like a boulder kind of thing in the middle of the road such that it will impact the traffic. And then the king along with his army put up this huge rock like a boulder on the middle of the road, and in a way it blocked completely the road, leaving a small gap over there. And then the king wanted, after he did this, he wanted to observe how his people handle this obstacle. And he hid somewhere around and he was watching like how the merchants, how the people and how the farmers handle this. And he saw like the merchants carrying their goods and trade, and they saw this huge rock which was blocking their path, and they got frustrated. They started complaining that the administrative is not good, that there is no one who's doing work over here, and they had to take a detour, they had to take another route, and then they took it, and it was not the proper route. They had a muddy path which they have to take and do it. And then he saw people coming in, and again the people also did the same thing. They were not happy with this big rock being there, and then no one has cleared it. And then they complained about it, and then they took the detour, and then they continued their journey. And the king silently watched, observing all this. And now a farmer came with this basket or big truck of load of vegetables and fruits. And he saw this big rock, and then after a while he got down and he started trying to push this rock. Initially he was not able to push that rock, and slowly after effort and lot of pain, he was able to move that rock by an inch. And slowly with his effort, he completely moved it or rolled the rock away, and he cleared this obstacle from the path. And he quietly saw, to his surprise, after the block was moved, he saw a bag of gold coins. And he took it, there was a note on it, and the note said like this: "This is a reward for the initiative you have taken, and now it is also because you have turned this obstacle into an opportunity. Thanks for doing it," was the note on it, and then there was a bag of gold coins. The farmer happily took this and he continued his journey. And this is exactly what we also look forward in any Toastmasters meeting or in our Toastmasters journey. The number of initiatives we take, the number of challenges we face, and how we overcome initiatives. Initiatives, it could be like when we take up a role, take up a speech, or when you have to progress in a path, there will be obstacles. But overcoming it and taking these as opportunity is what truly determines the progress which we make in our Toastmasters journey. A Toastmasters organization is a century-year-old organization, which is a non-profit educational organization which was founded in 1924, which offers a platform for members and also guest returning members to improve their communication and leadership style. A Toastmaster meeting starts with a TMoD taking over the meeting, and today, to play the role of a TMoD, we have a Toastmaster who is not only a passionate Toastmaster but also a passionate photographer. We have seen him going around taking some of the initiatives that come about, if not for setting up the screen, projector, or taking photos. Somewhere he has already been active, either he plays a role or he volunteers for the meeting. He is a digital marketing professional, and we all know the interest of his photography and the interest to capture people on various locations. Put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Balaji as a TMoD for the day.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Barath. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Today our theme is Lessons from Shadows. Remind us that the life is not always lived in bright light. Sometimes our greatest growth happens in silence, in struggle, and in the moment no one sees. Every shadow holds a story, and every story holds a lesson. As we go through today's meeting, let's celebrate not just a victory we share, but we also quite battle that made us who we are. Today's meeting is divided into 3 stages. One is prepared speeches, another one is table topic session, and the last one is evaluation section. First segment is prepared speeches, where our member present speeches. They are working part of their Toastmaster project. Each speaker will deliver their speeches based on the specific objective from the learning path. Second segment is the table topic session. Where the member and the guest get a chance to think on the particular topic given by the table topic master. Last final segment is the evaluation session, where our evaluator share our constructive feedback to help each speakers to improve their speaking style, because the Toastmaster believe that feedback is the light that helps to grow from our shadows. To take us through this segment, I introduce our general evaluator, Toastmaster Srividhya. She born and brought up in Chennai. She finds joy in creativity through a brush, a rhythm, or a journey. Art in all forms inspires her. She joined Toastmaster in August and had another art form to their list, the art of speaking. She has the 15 years of experience in IT industry. Let's put hands together. Welcome Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I am going to be your general evaluator of today. I will be evaluating and taking note of everything that happens throughout the meeting. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and looking up for good examples of preparedness, organization and delivery. I will also provide my report at the end of the meeting. To support my evaluation, I have two teams here. I have my tag team, which is a timer, R counter and grammarian, and I have the evaluators team. So, to introduce my tag team, I would like to first call upon the timer, the Toastmaster Sriannapoorani. She is a HR recruiter. She's from Chennai. She's a doting mom of a 2-year-old. Her favorite quote is, "Big journey begins with small steps." Welcome, Toastmaster Sriannapoorani.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As a timer, I'll be timing the formal speeches, evaluations, and then table topic speakers. For table topics, it is 2 minutes. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll be showing the green card, and then at 2 minutes, 1 minute I'll show the green card. 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll be showing the yellow card, and then at 2 minutes, I'll be showing the red card. And for formal speeches, it is 5 to 7 minutes. At the 5th minute, I'll be showing the green card, 6th minute yellow card, and 7th minute red card. And for evaluations, it is 3 minutes. For 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll be showing 2 minutes. I'll be showing the green card, and then 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll be showing the yellow card, and for 3 minutes, I'll be showing the red card. At the end of the session, I'll be sharing the timing details. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sriannapoorani. One small request I would like to place before the audience today. Could we please wait for the speaker to finish till we start clapping? That would be really helpful. Next, I would call upon the R counter from my tag team, Toastmaster Anish VM. He claims to be an attentive listener who loves to listen to stories, perspectives, and opinions. As an R counter, he is keen to know the filler and the repeater words that are most often used in speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster Anish.
When we listen to a song, we often admire the melody, the instruments. But imagine focusing on one instrument, the guitar, focusing only on the notes, the pauses, and only focusing on the guitar. That's exactly what I'm going to do today. Focusing only on the R counter words, filler words like R, and and repeated words. Just like an offbeat can affect the song, filler words can affect the rhythm of a speech. It can decrease the confidence. And also make the speech. I will show the.
I will report the account of words.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Last but not the least, I would like to call upon the Grammarian, Toastmaster Raja. He works for an IIT Madras incubated startup. Startups, customer experiences, and movies are his areas of interest. The stage is yours, Grammarian, Toastmaster Raja.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Today, I will be playing the role of Grammarian. As a Grammarian, I will be paying close attention to each and every speaker and will note down any improper usage of language and also any excellent usage of words, sayings, quotes. And as a Grammarian, it's my duty to introduce word of the day, which is revelation. Means a surprising or unknown fact. Few examples of usage. The survey result was a revelation that most of the Toastmasters don't like coffee. The speech by the investment advisor was a revelation. It helped me to understand the concept, power of compounding. I request every speaker to use word of the day. When I am called upon to present my grammarian report, I will be mentioning how many times word of the day has been used. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Now I hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Balaji.
Yes. Today we have 4 prepared speeches lined up. 3 is prepared speeches, 1 is active listening. Before I invite our first speaker, may I request the evaluator of the first speech, Toastmaster Narendra, to please read out the objective of the project.
Good afternoon, everyone. Toastmaster Jayashri will be delivering a speech from the Pathways Vision in Communication, Level 1, Project 2, Writing a Speech with Purpose. The purpose of this speech is for the member to learn or review the basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The speech can be humorous, informational, or any other style that the speaker chooses. Timer, please note that the duration of this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to you, Toastmaster Jayashri.
Let's introduce our first speaker, Toastmaster Jayashri Sundararaman. She is a senior product manager at Fortune 50 company. In Toastmaster, she made a remarkable impact as a vice president public relations of Medley Toastmaster Club. She boosted the club's social media presence as a 40% winning social media mastery award, best video of the month, and the best outreach champion awards. She is a Pathway Celebrity Award, High Performance Leader Award. On the state, she is a area level evaluation champion, distinguished level podium finisher in all 3 major contests. She served as a club mentor of and she is a VPM of our current term. Let's welcome Toastmaster Jayashri Sundararaman, first speaker. Sound.
Tell my speech title. The second row. My mom and I are like Tom and Jerry. She loves early morning temple visits. I love early morning sleep. She is a die-hard Kamal Haasan fan. I am a loyal superstar devotee. She likes old black and white movies. I love colorful movies.
Basically, if she says east, I am already halfway towards my west. But there is one thing that unites both of us together. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, and that's the music of Ilayaraja. She was so much passionate about music that she named me Shruti at home. And Ilayaraja's music became the background score for our life. 4 months back, when Ilayaraja's concert was announced, we know what to do next. When I looked into her eyes were filled with devotion. My eyes, excitement. She asked, Shruti, shall we go for the concert? Ma, I've already booked tickets. Let's go. Both of us have attended the concerts in the past. Me with my friends, she with her temple gang. But never together. So this time, it was special yet different. We planned everything for the concert and we entered the concert arena. We sat in the 4th row luckily. The concert began with a band. K.S. Chinnakuil Chitra's voice sweetened the hall. Singer Mano's energetic singing made the people clapping. And then came the legendary Yesudas son Vijayarajan, filled the entire arena with calmness. When I looked into my mom, who was sitting behind me at that time, I saw her eyes closed, her tapping. She was completely lost in that moment. I didn't disturb her. Then I saw the stage. It was filled with all light colors. And soon, the popcorn smell was also filled in the atmosphere. That's when the maestro Ilayaraja came in and waved his hand like a magician. The crowd went wilder. Soon, people started humming, swaying towards his music to every rhythm that was coming from his harmonium. And then I looked into my mom in one side. She was not looking into the stage the same way I was. She was looking somewhere else. I asked her, Mom, what are you looking at? She said, Shruti, listen carefully to the harmony. It's looking to the 2nd row. The percussion is sitting over there. The background vocalist and the conductor behind the scenes. They are unseen by the most. They are the ones who carry this melody forward. I did feel that was a revelation at that point in time. It was a deeper thought. From then, when I was starting to hear about the next song, every rhythm, every beat, I felt it was not just coming from the lead artist in the front, but it was very well anchored by the artist in the 2nd row. That thought was so profound. I came home from the concert, slept over with the thought, and I realized it also applies to our life. Yes. Friends, how many of you overlook few people who make our life beautiful? We fail to recognize them. Be it a silent colleague in the office who guides us. Be it a friend who cheers us and motivates us from the back. Or be it a family member who attends every single function and makes sure they perform that role behind the scenes but never gets the credit. It also applies to my Toastmasters journey. As a VPM, when people said, I handled the members very well during renewals, or when people said, guests said like they enjoyed the Medley meeting, I felt happy. I also wanted to extend my gratitude to my very own 2nd row, the subcommittee of VPM, Vice President Membership Team, Toastmaster Dinesh and Toastmaster Shanmughavel. And today's morning's medley was yet another credit that I would like to share it with them. With that being said, Even when I took the program chair role for the District 120's annual conference as the program chair, and there were 70 odd people who were orchestrating in that second row to make this event a grand success. And even in contest, even though I deliver my speech with a script and a voice, there are well-wishers in this room, sitting in the second row, sitting in the third row, or even behind the curtain, who has helped me to shape that script and make me a winner. Sometimes, even if I lose the contest, the cheers were louder in our Medley WhatsApp group to motivate me to come back in the next term. At this moment, I stand here to express my gratitude to all my fellow Medleyans, my family members sitting over there, and my Toastmaster friends outside this club who have supported me and made me who I am here. Friends, we always applaud people standing in the front, recognize them, but we may fail to acknowledge the people in the second row. Identify your own second row in your life. Today, take this moment to thank them, express your gratitude to those second row people who made your life harmonious, made it melodious, and made that background music for your life. Are you willing to do that today?
What a lovely speech we have. Let's go to the second speech. May I request the second evaluator, Amirtha, to please read out the objective of the project.
Today, Toastmaster Harini will be presenting a speech from the Motivational Strategy Pathway, the Level 2 Project Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of the project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a prodigy. Time is 5 to 7 minutes, all the best, Harini.
Second speaker, Toastmaster Harini. She is a HR professional, passionate about people, learning, growth. Let's welcome Toastmaster Harini. The speech title is Learning from Legends, Mentoring Across Generations.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. Have you ever met someone who saw more in you than you saw in yourself? Drona, when he mentored Arjuna, he did not just see talent, he saw potential in Arjuna. Drona built structure. He repeatedly corrected his mistakes. He gave him practice and demanded focus. That's what truly mentoring is all about. In my life, I too had a Drona moment when I was in my 6th grade. Until I was in 5th standard, I didn't have a real aim. Obviously, I was just 10 years old and can't expect big dreams. I really didn't know who I was and I used to roam aimlessly. In my 6th standard, I had my biology teacher, Mr. Robinson. Unlike other teachers, Robinson was unique. I was in a matriculation school where we were only taught to by heart and reproduce. And that's all we all did. But Robinson taught something different to all of us. Be attentive. He might pause and ask questions at any point of time. And that made me a little nervous because if you miss the question, he is going to give a beat with his wooden cane. I was a little terrified by that, getting a hit from Robinson. I started to become very attentive from then on. I was expecting he is going to pause and ask a question. And he did pause and ask questions, and I answered perfect every time. He thought I was a studious person, and he kept on asking me more and more questions. And I didn't disappoint him, and he was very proud of me. One day, he looked at me and he said, Harini, you have it in you to be very good at academics. That was a moment of revelation for me. I never thought I was good at academics. I thought I was a normal person. He was that person who saw that potential in me. This could sound again very dramatic. Every speech I bring it this way. I was a school topper throughout. In my 10th standard, I was school first. That one word helped me realize my potential, that I am cut out for bigger things. So, as Drona identified that potential in Arjuna, Robin sir was a Drona to me. Swami Vivekananda's famous quote. There are many things, sayings from Swami Vivekananda. Can any of you recall one of his famous quote? Okay, that is one thing. You are the creator of your own destiny. I am going to have several moments of revelation throughout my speech. As Swami Vivekananda told his disciples, we are not cut out for ordinary things, but extraordinary things. He ignited the belief in every individual, and to see what is that you have, and he built that confidence in people. My Vivekananda was Dr. Vidya Srinivasan in the next phase of life. When I started doing my post-graduation in HR, I did Masters in Social Work with HR specialization at DG Vaishnav College. Dr. Vidya Srinivasan is someone like Jayalalitha, Dr. Jayalalitha. She is such an iron lady who is fierce and commanding. We will get very nervous in Dr. Vidya's presence. What she taught something to all of us was, get out of your comfort zone and then get into an exploratory learning, and never settle yourself for normal things, but each of us are cut out for doing something extraordinary. In her training, she brought in things, how we can step out of that comfort zone. Every internship, every field works, we are really put in some places which will make us very uncomfortable. So at the end of my first year of my MSW program, we are supposed to get into summer internships, where we were specifically sent out to place far away from Tamil Nadu. At least there were a lot of North Indian people in DG Vaishnav College. I was one of the person who didn't know Hindi. So I was placed in a place, they specifically chose some remote place for me, and then they put me in a place near Gujarat, Silvassa, where I had to go and then start my summer internship. So at Silvassa, I was placed in a company called Vedanta Copper, where they manufacture copper. We also have a Sterlite plant, Sterlite copper plant in Tuticorin, which we had in the past. So it was one another plant in Silvassa. So there I had to go explore things from railway station to reaching out to my hotel to reaching the plant. Everything was a new experience for me. So at the end of the internship, what I figured out was, I was like little confident. So I was a 21-year-old person who was very shy, timid, and then was in my own comfort zone under protection of my family, where I got the first opportunity to step out of my comfort zone, explore the world, and also I didn't know anything about HR at that point of time, because we get into the second year to do our specialization. So that is a place where I went in. I started exploring HR, and that shaped me. That was a sowing seed for me to become what I am a HR professional today. To explore things and do things unconventionally. That is what I get as a feedback from different places where I have worked in my past. Last but not the least, I want to mention about my mentor, Toastmaster mentor, Pravda, who, like Krishna to Arjuna, she never preaches, she never commands, but she gives new perspectives. She lets me do things in my own style. She doesn't command things, whereas she guides through her wisdom, through her stories. Finally, she will let me do whatever I want reflect apart from giving her own advice. So, in my speech, I would like to say, being in Toastmaster, I am going to pass on whatever learning I had through my mentors, and it's my turn to return back to people who would be interested to work with me. Thank you.
Actually, it's a nice journey, college life to the career. She actually used 2 times word of the day. Nice. Moving to our third prepared speech of the day. Before I invite the speaker, may I request the evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Thomas, please read out.
I was supposed to be second, but now I'm third.
Please read out the objective of the talk.
Is the speaker here? Yeah. So today I was thinking in the morning that it's going to be a speech written with a purpose. Later on, the revelation came. The purpose of the speech was to connect with storytelling. It came the project, probably the same speech. I know he is a very clever speaker. The purpose of this connect with storytelling is, this project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Actually, this doesn't talk about purpose of the speech. Actually, the project itself is a speech. Good luck to the speaker. Speaker, 5 to 7 minutes is the time. Let us enjoy the story.
Let's invite our third speaker, Toastmaster Vijayarajan, working in Irish-based IT company, Club Match Technology Private Limited, as Assistant Vice President. Let's welcome our third speaker, Vijayarajan, Toastmaster Vijayarajan. Title, The Devil's Paradise. Thank you.
Today I am going to share you a story that really happened in my life, that even chills me even now. Good morning, Toastmasters and my dear guests. When I was studying 6th standard, we were staying in Ooty. It was a pitch dark night. The night was colder than ever before. It was around 12 o'clock. My mother heard howling and barking sounds of dogs. Normally in Ooty, dogs never roam in the streets during night because of the cold weather. My mother was in need of going to the restroom, but she felt something unusual that night. So she woke up my dad to walk with her. When she was walking towards the restroom, my dad fell down in the kitchen near the stove. My mother was shocked. She thought he was too sleepy that he fell down. She tried to wake up, but he did not wake up. So she got my help, she called me, and I and my mother dragged my dad to the bedroom. Then she asked me to wait before the toilet. She went to the toilet and came out. She found I was lying down and my hand was dipped inside the bucket, which was aside. My mother got panicked. She took me to the bed. She got panicked and she started shouting with prayers. Oh my God, how you can forsake us? Why did you leave us? Why did you leave the house for the devils? She was shouting with prayers. Hearing the noise From the bedroom, my grandfather from the first room came and banged at the door of the bedroom. My mother somehow managed and opened the bedroom and explained what has happened. My grandfather felt something unusual. With anxiety, suddenly he opened all the doors and windows. My mother was full of tears in her eyes and fear in her face. My grandfather said, "See, we are God's children. Nothing can touch us. Be confident. Go to the bed, take your sleep. Tomorrow morning we shall discuss." My grandfather went to his first home. Next day morning, when I woke up, I felt like something from the top to my toe. Somebody has beaten me. My parents and my brother had the same feeling. We had body pain as if somebody has beaten us. Still, I remember that was a Saturday. We had 2 PT periods and it was just half a day. For the sake of PT periods, I did not want to miss the class. I thought I will go to the school. My mother insisted, "Stay in the house. Today we will vacate this house. We cannot stay in this house." But still, I loved that PT period of football. So I went to the school. The school was 1.5 kilometers away from my house. Before reaching the school, I have to climb a small hilltop. Above the hilltop, there will be a church. After crossing the church, there comes my destination school. When I was about to climb that hilltop, I felt like exhausted and I was staggering with my backpack and a lunch pack in my hand as if I am a drunkard. The moment I reached near the church bell rang. Tung, tung, tung. The moment I heard the church bell, I felt as if something that was heavy in my head has gone out of me. Within few steps, I felt totally relieved. I enjoyed the 2 PT periods, footballs, and I was almost completely relieved when I came to the house. When I came to the house, I was surprised because my parents and my brother were still lying on the bed, still feeling the same body pain, headache. My grandfather said, "See, Vijay has gone to the school. He did not have fear of anything, so nothing touches him. But you 3 people are in fear, so you have body pain and headache. Whereas I also stay in the same house, nothing touching me. We are God's children, nothing will happen to us, believe in me," my grandfather said. My mother got reassured, and that reassurance, she accepted to stay in the house for 1 more day. That night, our neighbor, four of our neighbor Muslim friends came to our house. They asked my mother, "What happened yesterday night? There was a huge noise in your house and crying, people were crying, what happened?" My mother explained everything. The old grandma suddenly took her parda and with a trembling voice she asked, "What is the black cylindrical thing that is below the cot?" My mother bent down and dragged the machine, charcoal burning machine. Grandma asked, "Did you use yesterday night this charcoal burner to heat the room and closed all the windows and doors and slept in the room?" My mother said, yes. Here comes the revelation. Grandma said the terrible truth. Every year in Ooty, somebody dies because of this charcoal burner, carbon monoxide poisoning. That revealed the truth, mystery overall. I went to the school, I climbed the hill, I exchanged oxygen, I was gasping. That made me come out of this carbon monoxide poisoning. When I came inside the house, they were still staying within the 4 walls, so they were still groaning with pain and headache. Today, I am alive before you all because of my grandfather. He died few years before. If he had not opened the doors and windows that particular night, we are gone. All the 4 members would have died. I am thankful for my grandfather and also that grandma who made the revelation. If she has not revealed the fact, all through my life, I would have lived in the fear of devils. Toastmaster.
We are moving to the last speaker. Before I admit the speaker, may I request the evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Ibrahim, please read out the objective of the project.
Frozen as we are under a stalemated negotiation, tariff negotiation, here comes possible wisdom on how to negotiate. This comes from level 3 in the dynamic leadership path, and this comes from a researcher and scientist as a case study in negotiation. The objective of which are to learn about different types of negotiations and the strategies that can be used. Deliver a speech about a negotiation from your life, the speaker, past, current or future, and bring in, if you can, the strategies that have been used or you plan to use. For the audience to understand, allow me to just say, look for the strategies that are expected. Namely, competitive, which is aggressive; accommodative, which is more generic, more generous; collaborative, which is joint solution of finding; and compromise. Back to the TMoD to introduce the speaker. It's 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you.
Last speaker, Toastmaster Shanmughavel. He is a multidisciplinary research in mushroom, interested in walking, listening, and motivational audiobooks. Let's welcome our last speaker, Toastmaster Shanmughavel. Title is Success Start with Talk. Thank you. All the best.
What makes us different from other living people is the ability to use the language to talk, connect, and share. To talk simply means to interact our thoughts and emotion using words usefully with others. This becomes more important in our transaction. You express what you want. The other person gets what he can offer. Most often, it will not don't match. So then what is make some adjustment until a point they reach both the parties to accept. This is called as negotiation. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. These negotiations are four types. First one is accommodating relationship. Negotiation is called respect the accommodating relationship. Another one is compromising relationship. Third one is competitive relationship. Fourth one is collaborative relationship. I would like to share an incident that reflects the accommodative relationship. In my family outing, I have put a cab in fast track. Though we were 5, the cab sent was Tata DL, mean for 4. To manage, I kept my 7-year-old son on my lap. It was quite uncomfortable. We were reached the destination because my son was lean. His backbone, that buttocks bone, caused a pain on my thigh. That time the song was Ungutrama, Yengutrama, Yadidam Po, Solla. Anyway, we have accommodated ourselves, we have reached that destination, the showroom. There, the another conflict was there, not between the buyer and seller, it was between the husband and wife. Husband and wife. Did you have any strategy or tactics when you negotiate with your wife? Never, my friends. Even your Google doesn't have an answer. Because your tactics fails. Your confidence evaporates. Because in the end of the meeting, always they will pass. Because I had 30 years experience. I had my heart set on blue car without tongue, sleek, sporty, and driving in the cities. My wife, in other hand, wanted red car without trunk. That means dicky, spacious, stylish, and perfect to carry off house while travel. While travel. But in the showroom, we had these options. The first one, blue color, I like without dicky. The second one, the red color car with dicky, my wife likes. The salesman smiled politely. The kind of smile that I have seen worse. Then he thought that twist. He revealed revelation. We had the revelation. We had the revelation. Then he told, sir, the blue card only come with tongue. Madam, the red card come only without tongue. Then we looked each other. The moment even a patron mystery of the showroom passed. Then we discussed for a long time. And 2 cups of free sorrow coffee. Then we came to the conclusion. Can anyone guess who will be the winner? No. That time I was the Toastmaster. We have decided blue card with truck. Then we have compromised a little, then went back to our home together. In our office, we teamed up to form a 1 acre of land near Urappa. So we have approached one broker. He demanded rupees 1 lakh per cent. We want to purchase 1 acre. That's why we have. He has told 1,20,000 per cent. We have demanded and negotiated down up to 1 lakh per cent, totally 1 crore. Then we have given the advance also. This is a competitive type of negotiation. Here, one party serves better deal. The another one, after 2 or 3 days, after making the final documentation, we went to the broker. He just told, now the plot rate has increased. Now he is demanding 1.5 crore for the entire land. Then we have understood he is aiming for the higher commission. Then we have told, we are ready to pay for 1.5 crore commission, but we will pay for only 1 crore. Then he has understood. In this way, we have paid 50 lakhs. He has benefited 1 lakh. This is a collaborative style of negotiation. Both we have got benefited. So this type of approach and understanding can give the better result instead of hard bargaining. If you have empathy and better understanding of the opposition, we can come to the better solution. Thank you very much.
End of the prepared speech segment. That brings us to end of our prepared speeches. All our speakers have truly brought light to our theme, lessons from the shadows. Through the inspiring speeches, may I request our timer, Toastmaster Sriannapoorani, please announce the name of the speakers who qualified.
There are 2 qualified speakers, Toastmaster Jayashri and Toastmaster Harini.
Thank you. Members, please take a moment to cast your vote. Our guest, please, you have the voting slips. Let's move on to the last second segment. The segment is active listening. I am calling the evaluator, Toastmaster Dinesh. He is a civil engineer. He is a past 5. He is in club for past 5 years. Welcome, Toastmaster Dinesh.
The purpose of the project is for the member to demonstrate the ability to listen to what others say. The goal is for the member to clearly show that they listen and can use some of the active listening skills discussed in the project. Over to you.
Let's welcome table topic master Pramodh. He is a classical acupuncture by profession, practicing at Salem. He also VP of Education. Let's welcome Toastmaster Pramodh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balaji, for that very kind introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Now we have the exciting table topic session, which is impromptu. In this session, we'll be having Toastmasters as well as guests. And some of the topics will be based on the theme, some of the topics which are not based on the theme. Guests, don't worry, I'll be giving you easy topics. Please try to speak for at least 1 minute, that is until the timer shows the green card. And I expect the new members to also speak for another minute. So, to begin with, first I would like to call Toastmaster Karanjeet. Toastmaster Karanjeet. How do you turn pain into purpose? How do you turn pain into purpose? Toastmaster Karanjeet.
This one hits close to home. Considering 2 weeks ago I fell down pretty badly, but how to turn pain into purpose? First, I think we all go through a lot of bumps in life. We fall down, we have to get up again, then we try to not repeat those mistakes from before. I mean, in my case, I was told very solidly by my family that you have to lose weight. So, and considering the fall that I had. But that said, also what my point is, I think turning pain into purpose is all about trying not to make those same mistakes again, trying to move forward with your life. Don't focus on the past, focus on the future, and perhaps you will find your revelation in your future.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karanjeet, for that optimistic message. It reminds me of Batman, the second movie, where he asks, why do we fall? To rise again, right? Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Rajasekaran. What has a difficult, Toastmaster Rajasekaran, what has a difficult experience taught you that comfort never could? What has a difficult experience taught you that comfort never could? Toastmaster Rajasekaran.
This is the incident which happened during my 5th standard. Okay. So, during my school days, I used to run very well, but we have very small ground. It consists of good soil. So, we used to run only in soil. So, from 1st standard to 5th standard, I used to run in almost all competitions. So, when they selected me for an inter-school competition, which is happening in the next street, in the next district. So they just forced me to run a little bit longer distances, which is in tar road. So that is where, that's the first time I'm running some longer distances. That time you don't use some shoes and all. So that is where we started to run faster, and I fell down for ample number of times, and I can show my scars, n number of scars in my leg. So that is where that time that didn't make sense at all. But when I gone to the competition, which has happened in next district, that moment I understood that we need to work hard, and we need to work more out of our comfort zone, which will help in greater cause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajasekaran. This reminds me of the saying, when the going gets tough, the tough keep running. Thank you, Rajasekaran. Next, I would like to call guest Mualidhar. Guest Mualidhar, please tell me about a time you found something good in a bad situation. A time you found something good in a bad situation. Mualidhar.
So, I mean, this I'm just going to relate with the office situation that I had recently, a couple of years ago. So, I mean, there was we had some tough times in the office. I mean, we had ups and downs, the business cycle I'm talking about. So that was the tough time that, the company was undergoing, the team was undergoing. And then we had some decisions, we had to take some, decisions where I had to travel around to meet a lot of clients. So so I was asked to move around and then meet a lot of clients and then connect with them. So that was something that I had to do. So I mean, this 2 years I had to travel a lot, meeting clients to connect with them and then to establish some connections. So that was tough, living the family, living family and moving around, and then my children were becoming too young, they wanted my attention also. So that was a tough time. But the good part of that was I met a lot of people and had a lot of connects that I got. I learned a lot in business. The office side of the business, so I learned a lot, and which has actually paid me now. So I'm really happy about it. So I always found when things go, when things are not good, there is always, when things are not going well, there is something that good that you can always learn. So thank you.
Thank you, Mualidhar, for looking at the bright side of things. Growth is often beyond our comfort zone, although there is no place like home. Thank you for that message. Next, I call Toastmaster Azhagiri Swami. Toastmaster Azhagiri Swami. Have you ever learned something valuable from personal failure? Have you ever learned something valuable from personal failure? Toastmaster Azhagiri Swami.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. When I was studying 11th standard, we were going to division football match. So we were playing in the final match, and all 90 minutes got over, extra 5 minutes and extra 5 minutes they are given. After that also no goals. So finally we umpire called us to kick the penalty shot. So 5-5 shots we need to play. What I thought was I can go last, others can go first. So first, one of my colleague, he kicked out, but he catched that ball, because what goalkeeper thought was, okay, he is not kicking very well, so we can catch that ball easily. Like that mindset he was having. So last two shots we were having, but we lost the match. But what I learned in that is, first itself I need to kick that, because the goalkeeper he should not think that the ball is coming easily. So when I kick, I played around 50-60 matches, but in penalty shot no one catch my shot, free kick. So that is the one thing I learned from the failure.
Thank you, Harini. Even if the team is going to lose, at least we must give the rival something to think about next time they come up against us. That is what I understood from yours. Next, I would like to call to guest Nikhilesh. You like movies? Not really. Okay. Nikhilesh, what helps you stay hopeful during tough days? What helps you stay hopeful during tough days? Nikhilesh.
Yeah. So this is a thing which I usually face during my exams, especially my board exams. So, okay, there's an incident during my board exams. So before my first exam was Hindi, so there was like a very long gap from holidays. The school had given us holidays for two weeks before the start of the board exams, and I was scared. It was my first time attending the board exams. Everyone are hyping it up. They're saying like, this is the most important exam of your life. If things go bad here, your future won't be that good. So everyone was hyping up, and I got scared naturally, and I was like, what if I fail? What happens if I fail this one exam? Will I actually have a future? I got scared a lot. I went around, I tried talking to my friends, which was actually a bad idea because this scared me even more. They were more scared than me. Then I started talking to my teachers, the people who actually had experience. I went to talk to my seniors. They were like, it's okay, things will go on, you won't fail. Even if you fail, there are other options, there are things which you can do, you can write the exam again. It was okay. Then I met this one guy who had the most calmest attitude throughout the board exams. I was there stressing out, thinking that I would fail, and this guy barely studied and went to his exams. So the most hopeful, the thing which gives you most hope in a really, really bad situation is that no matter what you do, there's always going to be a guy below you and he'll push you up. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhilesh. You took us back to the good old days where board exams was our ultimate nightmare. And then adulthood came with the revelation. There are so many more nightmares to come. Thank you, Nikhilesh. Next, I'd like to call Toastmaster Pradeep Kumar. Toastmaster Pradeep Kumar, do we really need darkness to appreciate the light? Do we really need darkness to appreciate the light? Toastmaster Pradeep Kumar.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. See, every day morning there's a sunrise, because when sun rises, there's a sunset. So in our life, we need to have, so what I mean by darkness is it's a kind of failure. So when we face failures, we have to come up. So likewise, when we are facing some darknesses, we have to light up something, or we have to walk towards the brightness, or we have to achieve some goals, or we have to keep some goals and travel towards the light, towards the light. So that is what I mean. So we have to chase the darkness also. Even when there is a brightness, we have to chase the darkness also. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pradeep Kumar, for reminding us that no matter how dark the world is, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And we have to chase our light, our dreams. Next, I'd like to call guest Manivel. Manivel, describe a moment when you surprised yourself with your strength. Describe a moment when you surprised yourself with your strength. Manivel.
So, good afternoon everyone. So this topic takes me back to 2023, September. So that was my first debut marathon, which I have registered for 21 kilometer. Literally this is a half marathon. So previously, before 2023, I used to run marathon for 5K or 10K. So that was my first time I have registered for 21K. and it is close to some 1 month to the marathon. I was thinking I should start the preparation now in order to just crack my first debut marathon of 21 kilometers. So surprisingly, a trip has been planned for 1 week with my friends. I don't say no to them because they have already tagged me as a plan spoiler. I know the gang. So that is my first thing. So I need to make on the trip. Parallelly, I need to prepare for my marathon as well. So trip has started and I failed to train for the marathon. And the days has been approaching and it was around some 10 days for the marathon. And I was very confused and I was very doubting myself whether I can able to crack my debut marathon. Because we always have a aspiration or desire for our first debut of everything. So since it is my first debut, I was confused, like whether I can go about it or crack about it. But somehow I gained all my strength and I gained all my applauses from my fellow participants of marathon, and I just finished the marathon of 21 kilometers with some flying colors, which I could appreciate myself. So of course, this is the
Thank you, Manivel, for the story where you pushed through, even though you had to please your friends, but you also somehow pushed through and got it through the end of the marathon. All right. I'd like to call one more speaker. Toastmaster Anuradha. Toastmaster Anuradha. Is honesty always the best policy? Is honesty always the best policy? Toastmaster Anuradha.
Thank you for the nice topic. Because I believe honesty is the best policy, which my parents taught me. From childhood, I was taught honesty. Whatever you do, be honest. Even a small thing or a big thing, be honest in whatever you do. It was my parents' teaching. I follow from my childhood till today. That gave me a lot of fruits in my life, both in my personal life, professional life, even in Toastmasters. All of you know I am very honest to my profession and also in Toastmasters my role. So that gave me a lot of awards and that took me a lot of heights. So I believe honesty is the best for our life, and it was definitely gave me a lot of thing for my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anuradha, for setting an example for all of us with your honest work. Sometimes life is so much simpler when you can just speak the truth. Finally, I'd like to call one last guest. Guest Deepak. Deepak, if shadows could speak, what advice would yours give you? If shadows could speak, what advice would yours give you, Deepak?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's a very tough topic that you've given me. Shadows could speak. So basically what I think is that from the topic, if shadows could speak, that is whatever mistakes we have done in the past or whatever lessons that we have learned from our mistakes in the past. So we should learn from the mistakes and take things or do things in a better way. And also if we, shadows are a revelation of maybe our previous birth or whatever. Sometimes things can go bad, so we should not take things, we should take things in a positive way and try to move forward. So that's what I would say.
Thank you, Deepak, for looking forward and not looking back. Because what's the point of looking back when there's nothing left for us there? Thank you. Now, thank you all for the wonderful table topics. It was quite a revelation from each of your stand-up minds. With this, I would like to end the session and hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you.
Thank you, table topic master. That brings us to end of our table topic session. A segment we truly saw our members can think on their own, the light even in spontaneous moment. Thank you all the speakers for your quick creativity, to our table topic master for conducting such engaging sessions. May I now request our timer, Sriannapoorani, to announce the name, who is the qualified table topic speakers.
Toastmaster Rajasekaran, guest Mualidhar, Toastmaster Anish, guest Nikhilesh, Toastmaster Pradeep Kumar, guest Manivel, guest Deepak.
Speech. That is the end of the meeting. I am handing over the stage to General Evaluator to taking the next segment, evaluation segment. Welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. We now move on to the heart of every Toastmasters meeting. This is where we reflect, learn and grow. So because feedback is the breakfast of champions. So let me introduce the speech evaluators who will share their observations today. The first evaluator is Toastmaster Narendra. He is a software architect in an MNC. Outside of work, he likes music, chess, and catching up on Netflix series. His favorite quote reflects his humility. The more I learn, the less I know. Welcome, Toastmaster Narendra.
Toastmaster Shruti Soundararajan. I'm sorry, Toastmaster Jayashri Soundararajan. What a revelation that was. Not just the name, but also the message. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I have 3 commendations and 3 recommendations for Toastmaster Jayashri's speech today. I truly enjoyed her speech today. And did she meet the project objectives? The first objective was to deliver a speech with a well-defined purpose. The purpose here was gratitude and gratefulness. Our success is not just ours. There are a lot of silent contributors who push us to that moment of triumph. They may not be there at that moment, but they are also important. That is a very well-crafted message and well-delivered, Toastmaster Jayashri. So you definitely met the first objective of your project. The second objective was to deliver a well-organized speech. Her speech had a very clear structure. She introduced the characters, herself and her mother. Then she put them in a situation, which was the Vijayarajan concert. After that came the lesson, which was that the people in the second row also mattered. Then she correlated that with her Toastmasters journey and how many people helped her to succeed in both her public speaking journey and in her leadership journey. And she encouraged us, she finished the speech by encouraging us to do the same, to find out the people who are the unsung heroes of our success and to appreciate them. So this was a very well crafted speech, and there was a smooth transition from the beginning to the end without anything being clogged up in between. So well done, Toastmaster Jayashri, on that front. And the other thing that I noticed was her great composure. Before she came onto the stage, her name was misread and also her speech title was not announced, but she did not let that affect her. So I think that's one of the things that we need to take a note of, is that sometimes great speakers, they also get flustered, but they don't let that get the better of them. They maintain their composure and see their speech through till the very end. Having said that, my recommendations are as follows. We are all aware of Toastmasters Jayashri's speaking credentials. Her record in both contests and her pathways is a proof of that. But whatever I'm about to say right now is just based on this particular instance today. The first thing that I noticed was with respect to her movements on the stage. There were certain moments that felt a little unnecessary. For example, when she was talking about her transition in the leadership journey, where she was standing here in the BPM, when she was talking about the BPM success, then Medley, then program chair success. So it's better to sometimes stand at the center of the stage. The stage is yours, you are the centerpiece. So it's sometimes better to stand at the center of the stage and to deliver a speech from there. If it makes sense, yes, then definitely move around, but otherwise it's better to keep it at the center of the stage. And the other thing that I would like to say was to keep your speakers guessing. The message was delivered about 60% of the way to the speech, and after that it was easy to anticipate what she was going to say next. When she delivered that, when she said that you need to also appreciate the unsung heroes, the people whom we don't see. From that point onwards, we could kind of know what she's going to say next. So the thing that we can do is, even if we are revealing our message at the beginning of the speech, we have to keep the speakers guessing on how we will build up the case for that particular message, or to add some sort of a suspense factor and a twist or something like that to make the speech even more engaging. So that was one of the recommendations that I had. And finally, the vocal variety. It was there at the beginning of the speech when she was introducing the characters, the contrasting characters of her mother and herself. But after a certain point, it was not employed fully, and there could have been more gain out of the storytelling aspect if the vocal variety was employed throughout the duration of the speech. So to summarize, a well-defined purpose that was gratitude, and the speech that was organized really well, and great composure on stage, which is very, very important, and just the improvement areas. Be more mindful of your movements on the stage, use the vocal variety to your advantage, and always keep the speakers guessing what you're going to say next. Thank you. Over to you, Ji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Narendra. Our next evaluator of today is Toastmaster Amirtha. She is a software professional, currently serving as a director in a software startup company. Beyond the world of technology, she is an avid reader who enjoys both fiction and non-fiction. She loves listening to motivational audio books and podcasts. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Amirtha.
Good afternoon, everyone. You are the creator of your own destiny. Really love those words you brought out here in today's talk about mentoring. I think it was very apt, and by a very, very apt mentor, Swami Vivekananda, Nandananda and Swami Vivekananda. There are two things that I really liked about your speech, Toastmaster Harini. The first thing was the objective says that you have to share some experience of yourself as a protégé. And this objective was met 100%. You shared 2 or 3 stories from your school days, college days, as a Toastmaster. You touched upon every era of your life, and you showed us examples which are authentic, heartfelt, and real life. So those were very, very relatable and understandable, and each time you showed how these people threw a challenge and you were able to rise to the challenge and you were able to take it up and move from there. So I really love that about your speech. The second thing I really liked about your speech is how you brought legendary mentors and everyday mentors and showed an inherent comparison. You talked about Dronacharya and talked about Swami Vivekananda, and these people are great. They have so many wonderful things which we can learn from. They have quotes and words to inspire every generation. At the same time, when everybody is stuck in a routine and people are always doing the things that they are usually doing, you had the opportunity where somebody picked you out and said, you know, you are made for better things, you can do this better. And you were able to stand still for a moment, understand what they were saying, and understand that this is time for a little change, a course correction. And you have shown the good qualities of a protégé where you are willing to learn, you are invested in your growth, and you've shown commitment. And that's how you are able to gain from all of these mentors. So those two things I really loved about your speech. I have a couple of recommendations too. The first one is about the structure of the speech. You start with a question. How many of you have had a mentor who believed in you more than you did yourself. You should have waited a little bit for people to respond. That makes it interactive and people can get engaged. Then the structure of the speech was very good. All the examples were very realistic. Then we come to the conclusion. The conclusion was kind of abrupt. You had an excellent opportunity to reiterate your message, saying that you're thankful to your mentors, they've done a great job in correcting the course of your life, and you'll be really grateful to mentor somebody else and give back to the community. That was your message, and if you had reinforced that message, it would have been really a nice punch to the speech. And the last thing is not really important, but you could have added it for completion, in the sense that the project talks about coaching and mentoring and what is the difference. It is not essential that you have to talk about coaching, but you could have touched upon it. If possible, give an example, or otherwise just touch upon it to show what is the difference, and that would have made the speech more complete. So essentially, very, very heartfelt, authentic, real-life examples, and well-structured speech with just a better conclusion and introduction. It would have been really perfect. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amirtha. Our third evaluator is a retired scientist who proves that curiosity does not retire with age. He describes himself as someone who is lazing around these days. He claims to be a good listener, though people say he talks more than he listens. Today, he promises to listen for 7 minutes and speak for only 3 minutes. Let's welcome our ever curious and ever young at heart distinguished Toastmasters of
Good afternoon, general evaluators, Toastmasters and guests, and my dear howler. Was there a story when we talked?
Yes.
Did you like the story?
Yes.
Did you fulfill the objectives?
Yes.
Then why not? Vijay is an entertainer, and what suits more than a storytelling? His opening was chill and gruesome descriptions, sort of mystery thriller. Actually, in any storytelling, vivid description, detailed description is a must. Particularly, by definition of a true story, you develop the backdrop of the story using good descriptions, which he did eminently well. And of course, coming to the conclusion, before I go to the rest of it, he did a comic howling. This is something some of us can learn from people like Vijay or Guru Prasad. They are not shy of doing anything on the stage. Most of us, it won't look nice. It will look nice. So you have to start trying these techniques. He had very good vocal variety some of the time, not the entire story. And he had good hand gestures also. A story has got a good backdrop which he has developed, and the story has to have a conflict. The conflict was developed as a suspense, and it was a very irrational conflict because people are confused what is happening, whether something supernatural or whatever it is. And he also provided some decoy like the church bell, tom tom, and then he got energy. Very clever fellow. But the conflict was irrational, but the resolution was science. In fact, it comes in chemistry, which I like it anyway. Scientific resolution about carbon monoxide. This is not a story in the sense it is real in court case. Don't take care of it. So overall, he has done a very good job. I have one or two minor things, but a major thing which I will suggest is not that he doesn't know it. Use of space in his story will be very helpful because somebody falling, somebody running, somebody moving. So there is scope for use of space, which somehow he didn't make use today. But in future he can do that. Overall, we listen to a good story, an arresting story, may I say? Okay. Good luck, well done, and back to the
Medley president to win the Golden Gavel Award for District 120, a true milestone for the club. He is also a Medleyan with the highest attendance since January 2015. Talk about dedication. Professionally, he served as a communications director at Ashok Leyland. Please join me in welcoming the ever committed and inspiring distinguished Toastmaster Thomas.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for all those adjectives. I would like you to write. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
First of all, today's my speaker, so to say. You have, over the last few months especially, been a revelation. You have shown, as you did today, the strides you have made in 5 aspects generally. One is super confidence on stage, which wasn't the case. Second, simple structure. You're a scientist, I understand why. Third, natural gestures. Your hands are obeying you automatically. Fourth, voice. You are now raised your voice. And a bit of humor. Today was no exception. These are your strengths. These are today's strengths that you demonstrated. But then there is a project that you delivered today, a rare project. Allow me to get into that. This project required you to present a negotiation. You broke it into 4, so they became caricatures. And you're sitting your son on your lap, and 5 of them sitting into 4, side. 4-seater is accommodation literally, not really, in the spirit. I would have preferred you told one story, so that there's a build-up, there is tension, there is protagonist, and there is compromise, all that rolled into one to make it an educational session. How you could have done it? Take the caste story. You have like the Democrats and the Republicans, red here and blue here. You want compromise? So you give your needs. And the salesman mechanically collects that and he creates like a Lego, a monstrous green, tin piece. And you say, this is not what I want. Friends, madam, sir, you lived together for all these years without much of a fight. Tell us, can you collaborate? He becomes the sutradhar of that. You want a large dicky? Why, ma'am? So she says something. You need it once a year. You hire a truck, no? He uses logic, brings you both together and gives you a wonderful final product. You almost want to embrace him other than embracing each other. That would have been a story to subsume all the complications that this project required. I have 3 suggestions. 1 is, 2 are for you. 3rd is for the ExCom. I would like the ExCom to include such projects in the group. Without knowing the question paper, how do you answer? How are you going to vote this speech without knowing what it is? 1. To you, sir, 1, record your speech and send it to kindly to whoever you would like to, your mentor. Objective, every word you speak should be understood by everybody. That's your objective. You will reach it, body language, all that will come along. Second is, I think that I would stop with that. Sorry. Yeah, I think I'll stop with that. I see red, I can't proceed. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham. Our next and final evaluator of today is a civil engineer and has been with Medley for 5 years. This is the shortest introduction I've given for an evaluator. Please welcome Toastmaster Dinesh.
Good afternoon to Toastmaster and dear guests. Today Toastmaster Pramodh delivered a brilliant active listening skills via the table topic speech session. There were 3 specific tasks which I liked. The first, we all know that Toastmaster Pramodh is a very smiling personality. And today, especially when he has the project in it, and he was smiling on steroids today. He was very welcoming to the guest and to everyone. He had a smile on his face, as I said. And also, after they finished their speeches, he gave very good feedback to them. It was very positive in nature. And it is perhaps the most important aspect in a table topics, where the table topic speaker gives the feedback and makes the feedback, particularly for guests and new members who are joining. They have a sense of confidence in them. They feel that they have done something spectacular speech, and kudos to Toastmaster Pramodh for giving very good feedback. And thirdly, what I also felt was that The topics were relatively easy also for everyone. It was no topics was irrelevant or it was very confusing. Sometimes the topics, it takes a time to even understand what the topic is. But all the topics were pretty much clear and it was easily understandable and comprehensible for everyone. So kudos to you once again. But there's maybe one recommendation for you which I would like to give Toastmaster Kumar, and that aspect was that when you came to, when you were introducing yourselves, I think your introduction about the table topic session was very short and very minor. Maybe you could have elaborated a little bit. What we perhaps think is that most of the members have regularly come here and now also the guests have come in. But there may be some guests who are coming for the first time or the second time. They may still couldn't have understood what the table topic session is. Maybe you could have added a word or two about how a table topic session is done. Not only just I know that you said it's an impromptu speech session. Maybe you will be called upon to give a speech like that you could have avoided. And also perhaps you could have also reiterated the fact that although the time was set in the beginning, that at the end of 1 minute you will get a green card, 1.5 minutes you will get a yellow card. Maybe it would have been better if you have reiterated itself. It would have been useful for the guests as well. But overall it was a brilliant table topic session and you have fully completed a project of active listening skills. But if you could take upon only this recommendation and the next time you are doing the table topic speech, it will be brilliant. Over to you, General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Timer, can you please list out the qualified evaluators for us?
Distinguished Toastmaster Sampath, sir. Toastmaster Amirtha. Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas, sir. Toastmaster C. Are you qualified?
Thank you. Can we please cast our votes for the best evaluator for today? Now I would like to call upon the tag role players to give their reports. First, the timer, Toastmaster Sriannapoorani.
In prepared speeches, Toastmaster Jayashri took 7 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster Vijayarajan took 8 minutes 50 seconds. Toastmaster Harini 7 minutes 18 seconds. Toastmaster Shanmughavel 8 minutes 15 seconds. Coming to table topics, Toastmaster Karanjeet spoke of 49 seconds. Toastmaster Rajasekaran 1 minute 38 seconds. Guest Mualidhar 1 minute 21 seconds. Toastmaster Azhagiri 1 minute 51 seconds. Toastmaster Nikhilesh 1 minute 39 seconds. Toastmaster Pradeep Kumar 46 seconds. Guest Manivel 1 minute 55 seconds. Toastmaster Anuradha 56 seconds. Guest Deepak 1 minute 4 seconds. And coming to the evaluation speeches, Toastmaster Narendra took 4 minutes 35 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Sampath took 3 minutes 11 seconds. Toastmaster Amirtha 2 minutes 59 seconds. DTM Thomas 3 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster CJ Dinesh 2 minutes 18 seconds.
Thank you. Next, I will call upon the R counter, Toastmaster Anish, to give his report.
I'll start by telling clear speeches. Toastmaster Umamaheshwararao gave clear speech. Toastmaster Barath gave clear speech. Toastmaster Srividhya M gave clear speech. Toastmaster Jayashri gave clear speech. Toastmaster Vijayarajan gave clear speech. Toastmaster Pramodh gave clear speech. Toastmaster Raja gave clear speech. Toastmaster Anand we were really strong at R, so let's start by telling you. Toastmaster Balaji used 1. Toastmaster Harini used 3. Toastmaster Narendra used 1. Toastmaster Amirtha used 2. Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas used 2. Toastmaster Dinesh used 2. Anish, Toastmaster Anish used 2. Toastmaster Anuradha used 2. Toastmaster Karanjeet used 1 on table topic. Toastmaster Rajasekaran used 2 and 3 plus those. Nikhilesh gave a clear speech. Sorry, Guest Guest Manivel used 2 hours and 2 souls. Guest Deepak used 2 hours.
Anish. Next for the Grammarian report, I would call upon Toastmaster Raja to give his report.
Today, it is a great revelation for me on how to choose a word. It has been used 13 times by the Toastmasters. Toastmaster Jayashri used word of the day once. Toastmaster Harini used it twice. Toastmaster Vijayarajan used it twice. Toastmaster Narendra used once. Distinguished Toastmaster Sampath used once. Toastmaster Shanmughavel used once. Table topic master Pramodh used once. Guest Karanjeet used once. Guest Deepak used once. Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas used once. Lot of wonderful words were used. Curiosity, devotion, harmonious, gratitude, applaud, reassurance, gasping, composure, flustered, vivid, eminent. Lot of phrases were also used. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. You are the creator of your own destiny. When going gets tough, tough gets going. Growth is always beyond your comfort zone. One area of improvement, whenever we use every, the next word always should be singular. It should not be plural. So we should be mindful of that. Like for example, every boy, it's not every boys. Every boy, every girl. So let us follow this going further. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. Here is my general evaluator's report. I will start with the one that I like the most, which was the theme of the day, Learn from the Shadows, which goes along with the Halloween for this month. So I like the topic chosen as the theme for the day. So throughout the meeting, I've been observing how we started the meeting, how seamlessly we transitioned into roles and also the role players. So I will start with the first, the Sergeant at Arms. The meeting had a couple of minutes of delay while the stage was being set up. So I would give a recommendation for the Sergeant at Arms to please ensure that the meeting setup is on time. Maybe a 5 to 10 minutes preparation in advance would help. Then I would go to the Toastmaster of the day who set the tone beautifully today. He also explained the team. He's basically the captain of our ship today. So we expected him to be arriving on time. That's one crucial recommendation I would give for you today. Next time, please also, it would be helpful if you could ensure you give more clarity to the team and also clarity to the agenda or the list of speakers and evaluators. That's one recommendation which would really help. Then the next good part was the President's speech, which went off as a smooth sail as usual. The timer, the R counter and the Grammarian did a very good job today, especially the timer who was handing over the cards at the appropriate timings. One recommendation for the timer, I would say, if you see that the time is being exceeded, you can still hold the red card so that they see that till they finish their speeches. That's one recommendation for the time. The Grammarian played a good role today. Even, in fact, the word of the day was also a good one. And the R counter, he's the first time R counter. Kudos to your And about the active learning project speaker, Toastmaster Pramodh, he was very engaging. It was very interesting to see some of the topics which aligned with the theme and some were out of the theme. That was very good. One recommendation, if you could keep track of the time and also the timer's card there, it would really help us close the meeting on time. Then coming to the speech evaluators, they did a really fantastic job. I think we were all looking forward to this meeting, especially with the line of speakers and the line of evaluators today. We had a lot of constructive feedbacks today, especially some evaluators gave on how they could structure their speech well, very constructive feedbacks, and how you could story out your speech in a better way. So that was a very good part of today. Lastly, one generic recommendation I would give is, if we can arrange the stage better, we could also have a better clarity for each of the role players, and we could all be well prepared with our roles in respective roles. That's it. Thank you. Over to you, Anand.
Thank you, General Toastmaster Srividhya. We are coming to the end of the meeting. I am handing over to the presiding officer, Barath.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Balaji. I would like to appreciate the first time role players. Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Balaji. Our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Srividhya. Our Timer, Toastmaster Sriannapoorani. And our R-Counter, Toastmaster Anish. We have 2 level completions today, and I would like to congratulate them. Level 2 completion done by Toastmaster Harini. Level 3 completion by Toastmaster Shanmughavel. I would like to go to guest feedback, and can we have guest Deepak come over here and share your feedback with us?
I really appreciate Mr. Barath for having me here, because I thought, initially when all the feedbacks were going on, I was not called in. So thank you for that. In general, I see a little bit of improvement in myself, especially at work, especially when I'm presiding over meetings. I can see that there is some change. I've attended probably 3 or 4 meetings now. So I do see some improvement, and I am looking forward to becoming a member. Just give me some time. Jayashri, thank you.
Thank you. Can you have guest Mualidhar come over here and share your feedback?
Thank you. Nice to see the club. It has the same enthusiasm that had during the COVID period. And also before COVID, once I attended, I don't remember those days, but I think still the enthusiasm and Sampath sir and himself, the same. They are trying to coach, and so the strength is people like them giving the feedback. So that's nice. So I think this place will grow, and I think this is a good place to be in.
Thank you. Can you have guest Manivel just for your feedback, please?
Good evening once again. So this is my 5th or 6th meeting, I remember. So when I came for the first time, for the first meeting, I was very doubtful whether I could make it. I was very unsure, like whether I can mingle with everyone or whether I can continue to be coming here. So after coming here for a couple of meetings, I get some spark in my mind that I can also able to get along with the journey. So I'm still continuing observing the things. And one thing I could appreciate myself is, after coming here and observing the events taking place, I'm having a thought of how we have to be very spontaneous, or how I have to be very apply my presence of mind, particularly in the table topics and all. So this is one of my personal takeaway. So thanks for the stage. I'm looking forward to become a member very soon. So thank you.
Thank you. Can you have Nikhilesh share your feedback with us?
Yeah, so this place is exactly how I imagined it would be. And I see this place as a key stepping stone for my final goal of being an Indian diplomat. So this place is going to be very useful, and I really like the crowd over here. So one of the first things I'm going to do after turning 18 is becoming a member here. Thank you.
We go to the results of today's meeting. The best speaker, Toastmaster Jayashri. Thank you. Meantime, can I request members who have not voted for the other role plays, can you do voting so that we can close the voting? The best evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sampath Rajan. The best table topic speaker, our guest Nikhilesh. Thank you. The best role player, our general evaluator, Toastmaster Srividhya. Best tag role player, Grammarian Toastmaster Raja. Thank you. I now invite our immediate past president, Toastmaster Anuradha, on stage.
We Medley Toastmasters Club, for the last year, Toastmaster year 2024-25, we have received the most prestigious award from Toastmaster International. So I want to hand over to current president.
And also this year, we are already at 9 points, now 9 out of the 10 points we have already achieved for the year 2025 to 26. The highest is Medley distinguished, which needs 10 points. So we're just 1 point away. I think once we have attend one more training, we will be able to achieve it. Thank you all. And with the sound of this cable, I adjourn Medley meeting number 854. And I will request all the guests and members to join us for tea and snacks. Thank you all for joining us today.